What's up, YouTube? This is a 1978 Plymouth Volare Premier station wagon. Very oddball car. This car came from South Jersey. I picked it up on Craigslist, and it was laying in the back of what appeared to be a trucking yard. Now, according to the inspection sticker, before I put a new windshield in it, the car had been pulled from the road around 2011 or so, and basically just kind of got left to deteriorate. It needed a considerable amount of work when I had purchased it, and pretty much have it all wrapped up at this point, and I'm getting it ready to put up on eBay. But man, this thing is freaking cool. When I originally picked it up, it had steel wheels. Went out, picked up a set of Magnum 500s with a new set of hand-cooked tires all the way around. Size on there would be a 225/70/14, and they're even complete with the centers and the trim rings, which is nice. I'm not sure what this color is. It's almost like a bronze or copper. But one of the more interesting parts about this car would probably be its interior. The interior is definitely one of the more interesting pieces of this car. It's almost like a plaid flannel type of look. It's pretty cool. But yeah, all factory. It's in very good condition. It's in extraordinarily good shape. There's mildly any wear on the carpet, on the floor mats, and it's got its old school wheel wrap on it. And inside the car, all of our gauges, they all work, including the fuel gauge, working radio, air conditioning, heat also is functional. Starts right up, just the tap of a key. It runs great. Fully functioning clock. Rear defroster. Windshield wipers work, no broken wiper bushings, which is extremely common for these cars. Headliner is still in very good condition. It's the factory headliner in the car. It's actually a weird, I don't want to touch it too hard because I had one deteriorate once, but it's like a weird cardboard. I'm not really too sure what that is. I had a new windshield put in the car, as well as a lot of rust repair. And we did not Bondo it. I did quite the opposite. Good. The car needed a lot of body work. There was originally a lot of Bondo in this car. I think it may have had a respray at one point. However, the lower fender had some rust there. We sectioned in a lot of metal there. That whole little section here, right at the back by the wheel, that all had to come out. That was all Bondo and body filler. And there was a lot of Bondo in there. Now, the funny thing was, it looked like it just had a few bubbles at first, and then as we picked into it, started seeing that the car had a lot of previous body repairs done, and it was not made to last. So, dug it all out. It's got metal in there now. All the bends and stuff are perfect. The metal's nice and solid. It's not going to fall apart. All the welds are good, undercoated as well. In their wheelhouse, and the front rails and the floors are in exceptionally perfect condition. Now, one of the funny things about this car that a lot of people get a kick out of, you don't notice it at first, it's got a little wing on the back, factory option. Very funny. I love this cute little thing. It's hilarious. The luggage rack, also very cool. I particularly like how they actually integrated some of the wood grain onto the rack itself. And we will go under the hood. Alright, let's check this out. Oh yeah, 225 angry cubic inches. Well, angry is a little bit of a stretch. But yep. Factory Chrysler air conditioning. Slant 6, leaning tower of power. It's a 2-barrel. Still has a factory radiator in it. Single pulley alternator. And it's all complete under here. All the vacuum lines are in place. It even has cruise control. So kind of an odd option car. Cruise control with AC and then a slant 6. Since I'd purchased the car, it ran when I jump started it and put gas in it. However, the water pump was leaking, the thermostat was stuck, and the water pump, the bearing in the water pump was just completely gone. The fins in the water pump were grinding against the housing. It's just horrible. The only imperfections this car really has, a couple of teeth missing in the grill. Those are extremely hard to find because this grill is actually includes that, I believe those side markers there, those turn signals are actually part of the grill assembly itself. But those grills are basically unobtainable. I have yet to find one. I've heard they're $500+ if there's one in good condition. So something on this, I think I can live with a crack or two. And it is a Premier Edition, whatever that means. Go into the back here. We have a fold-down rear seat. It's a little button that we're going to push right here up in the middle. And this whole seat, I pull back so you can see, will come down. Push that in. There we go. Look at all that room. Very cool. That back up now. All right. And that little latch right there, that little hook there goes into the latch. Go back and then click right back where it was. Beautiful. Crank windows too. I don't know if I mentioned that. Nice option if you're a cheapskate. All right, let's go for a drive. Goes into gear nice. The most relieving thing about buying a car that has sat for a considerably long time is probably when you have your first opportunity to take it around the block or drive it actually, you know, on the road, instead of just, you know, starting it up where it sits or running some starting fluid on it. Because that's really the moment where you've figured out, does it need a transmission, does it need a rear end? And you're basically just taking a complete gamble. You don't know how good or bad the brakes are, what the steering's going to be. You're purchasing it on faith. And I was very fortunate. As soon as I got it all sorted out, the transmission is in great shape. The engine just needed a tune-up because it was running horrible when I got it. Plugs were all fouled, all 6 of them. It was sounded like it was running on 4 cylinders, and tons of carbon tracking in the distributor cap. It was just in horrific shape. Plug wires can't be said to be much better. But I replaced all that, and it really made a world of difference. Now, another interesting thing about this car that I thought was kind of neat, it still has its old wiper blades on it. So it's pretty cool. That thing's like a time capsule. No one really screwed with it over the years. It just sat and waited to be fixed, and still has all of its OE equipment, and runs great, drives great, and hopefully, I'm looking to probably put it on eBay this Sunday. It'll find a nice home, a nice family, and somebody else will continue to take care of it and preserve it and enjoy it. And that pretty much concludes the Volare.